only managing to get lost twice, we've finally made it to Sydney. Hi folks, and welcome to round 2 of the MSC Formula 5000 Tasman Revival Series, coming to you from Sydney, from the world famous Eastern Creek. Ahead for the Formula 5000 pilots, a real test. 4 races, 3 of them 6 laps in duration, 1 the Tasman Revival Grand Prix, brought to you by Repco, 12 full laps. Qualifying was wet, but as you can see, it is beautifully sunny here in New South Wales. As well as the famous cars and the famous drivers, you get a bit of a treat for your eyes here at Eastern Creek, because they have a parade of Tasman Series legends. And leading that parade, the man that's the patron of the meeting here at Eastern Creek and a motorsport legend here in Oz, he's KB. That's Kevin Butler, to you.
I was really looking forward to 5000s here at the Creek, like a massive 5000s. We've had a couple of 5000s here before. We know they can go quick, but they sound fantastic, and with the company that's come across with the New Zealanders, they've really done a great job.
Bring back some memories when you were no mean slugging one of these things yourself.
A lot of good memories and a lot of bad memories too, but won a lot of races in 5000s. I like the 5000s because you could drive them fairly wild, you know, like fair amount of throttle control, and it took a lot of skill to get the best out of a 5000, and this is where real racing is, with open wheel cars.
There's no doubt the 5000s were the crowd favourite, but so too was Lindsay O'Donnell's McLaren.
I remember the first time I drove the McLaren around Ruapuna when I first got it home, and I thought, gee, you know, people like Bruce McLaren have cut their teeth on these cars and made them and so forth, and I felt very, very, very privileged to be in those cars. And I think most of the people, you know, who are getting these cars back together feel that way. It's very important.
Well, I only just bought this car 12 weeks ago, and I come from a sedan background, NASCARs, Ozcars, sports sedans, and I only drove it for the first time on Thursday here, and just an absolute blast. And I've driven a lot of race cars in my life, but nothing like this. And I've never been down a straight as quick, and I really fully intend to run the whole series, so it's a fabulous car.
Plenty of the Kiwi contingent were experiencing the Creek, as it is known, for the first time. A couple of them, who both drive classic Lolas, are Kerry Anderson and Paul Christie, both Tasman Revival Series regulars.
It's been a long time. The old car still chugs around there. It's been a good old car. It's a lot of fun. I've seen the whole thing grow and grow and grow from 1 or 2 cars until what it is now, which is a real circus. This car was only ever raced in South Africa. It was only raced for about 2 years, and so when it was found in a shed, it was in really good condition. So just about every part on this car is still original from the factory, yeah, which is most surprising because most of them got knocked around and bashed. It's got a few battle scars and that underneath the cover, but basically it's still a very original car.
It's the oldest in technology as well as the years, but it came from the US, and I bought it from Texas in a whole lot of boxes, and we put it back together in Invercargill to do the English series at Brands Hatch in Silverstone, and then down here to Phillip Island and the Southern Series.
Ken Smith in the Exide Lola T430 was back where he likes to be, at the front. The fastest in qualifying, the 3-time New Zealand Grand Prix winner blitzed the fields in races 1 and 2. As Kenny ran away and hid, there was a changing of the guard behind him. Sefton Gibb and Tony Richards were swapping paint and positions, and in 4th place, back in his own car, Stuart Lush was there should the 2 in front make a mistake. Gibb drew first blood in this intense battle with the 2nd in race 1, but Richards turned the tables on the Napier man in race 2. Best of the locals was US-based Bruce Leeson in his older McLaren M10B.
Thrilled. The car's going extra good, and as you can see, it's obviously working better than some of the others around the back. It's pulling a good gap on them. In every lap, I want to go faster and faster. The last couple I backed out, I see the water temperature's running at 90. Maybe it runs there all the time, but I didn't. I thought, no, I won't push it any harder. But no, every lap I'm trying to go faster and faster, no matter whether it's around or not.
But I've never been off the front row since racing one of these cars, so anyway, it was good while it lasted. I'm back to the 2nd row now. I was hoping to hold on to my 2nd place, to be honest with you, but Tony just put me going into the turn there on the inside, and
got on him, and now I'm sort of back to third off the next race. But anyway, that's another race.
He was slow out of turn 3. I'm not quite sure what was going on there. He was a bit slow out of turn 3, and I managed to just get up on the inside into fourth.
A little bit different to what we saw a couple of weeks ago at Sandown. Lots of hills, lots of blind brows here.
It's a very interesting track, actually. It's quite technical, and we don't normally race on tracks which have got terrain. And I must say I quite like it, but there's a few blind bits to the track. It's a little bit hair-raising to start with.
The hills, the blind brows and the hot conditions would provide Ken Smith a bigger challenge than his fellow competitors in race 3, as again Smith cleared away for an easy win. But things were anything but easy for the battle for the minor placings, with the Lola T332 pilots Sefton Gibb and Tony Richards arguing over the Eastern Creek real estate. Once again, it was the Aucklander Stuart Lush filling 4th place, with Aussie Aaron Lewis and Bruce Neeson next. Having a troubled time at the creek was Hampton Downs chief Tony Roberts in the McLaren M22. Fuel issues hampering his progress.
It's been one of those weekends. We shared off the drive to the mechanical fuel pump, so we only got one lap of practice, and then we ran out of fuel in the next race. And then with that race, I'd gained all the ground I wanted to gain and then turned the ignition off. So then went back to dead last and had to try and make up a few places.
You were cutting your way through them, so that must have been pretty exhilarating.
Yeah, I would sooner that I wasn't. No, it was a great race. I enjoy it, you know. But yeah, I certainly made it hard for myself this weekend.
The feature event at round 2 of the MSC Formula 5000 Tasman Cup Revival at Eastern Creek was the Shannon's F5000 Kevin Bartlett Trophy. Once again, it was New Zealand's Ken Smith who took an early lead. Shortened down from its original 15 laps to 12, it made no difference to the veteran Smith. Driving the David Abbott-owned Exide-supported Lola T430, one of only 2 still running, the other, raced by Abbott himself at this meeting, he had fellow Kiwis for company. Again, it was Gibb and Richards, also in Lolas, battling for 2nd and 3rd. Stuart Lush was putting in a great race, and so was Aaron Burson in his Talon. But everyone was trying to catch the Flying Smith, and they couldn't do it. He won comfortably to make it a clean sweep at the creek for the veteran.
Couldn't ask for any better, could you? Car went well. Everything's going good in it, and near the end I just thought, don't kill it, you know, so I just backed out to 6,000 revs and brought it home. That was the main thing.
Well, folks, that ends the Australian swing, for the moment anyway, of the MSC Formula 5000 Trans-Tasman Revival Series. And what a fitting place to end it, here at Eastern Creek. Heading in here, it was Canterbury's Stan Redmond that was the points leader. But as we leave and head to the first round in New Zealand, which is the Lady Wigram Trophy, it's the veteran, Ken Smith. 4 wins from 4 starts.